Hey everyone, welcome back to Z English TV. Today's story is filled with emotions, shocking twists, betrayal, love, and powerful life lessons that will keep you hooked till the very end. This is not just a drama review. This is a story that shows how money, trust, and emotions can completely change people. So make sure to watch this video till the end. And if you enjoy this kind of emotional and dramatic content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to English TV for more amazing stories like this. Now, let's begin. Can you imagine an ordinary, quiet 13-year-old kid sitting completely alone in his bedroom making shaky, low-quality gaming videos, growing up to become the undisputed king of the entire internet? Today, Jimmy Donaldson, known globally to hundreds of millions as MrBeast, rules the digital world. But this staggering empire was not built on luck, nor did it happen overnight. Behind this multi-million-dollar kingdom lies 13 years of pure obsession, absolute madness, and an unrelenting work ethic that has completely altered the history of digital media. Back in 2012, when the concept of making a living on YouTube was considered a laughable joke by society, Jimmy quietly launched his channel under the username MrBeast 6000. He didn't possess an expensive high-definition camera, a premium microphone, or a high-end gaming computer. He sat at a basic cluttered desk, recorded Minecraft and Call of Duty gameplay, and uploaded them into the vast digital void. For the first few years, his audience was virtually non-existent. Views would stubbornly sit at zero, or perhaps climb to a few dozen hits from his close friends and family members. An average person would have easily given up after a few months of screaming into an empty room. But Jimmy was not an average person. He didn't just like making videos. He had become completely consumed by the platform. He spent every waking minute analyzing why some videos succeeded while others failed. He began creating content, studying the lifestyles and estimated earnings of famous creators, praying that a crumb of their audience would discover him. This was the darkest, most exhausting era of his life. Unlimited labor with absolutely zero financial return. Yet, Jimmy's mindset was fundamentally different from the rest of the world. He was quietly preparing a strategy that would crack the code of the YouTube algorithm forever. As the years rolled on and Jimmy grew older, his dedication to YouTube mutated into a scientific obsession. Throughout his high school years, instead of socializing or studying for tests, he spent every single hour decoding human psychology and retention metrics. He formed an online mastermind group with a few like-minded internet friends. These teenage boys would jump on Skype calls for 10 to 12 hours a day, every single day, talking about absolutely nothing except YouTube. They would study thumbnails pixel by pixel, debate the emotional impact of a single word in a title, and microscopically examine how the first 5 seconds of a video could trap a viewer's attention. Jimmy didn't treat content creation as a hobby. He treated it like an advanced science. When he graduated, his mother, desperate for him to lead a stable, traditional life, insisted that he enroll in community college. To avoid breaking her heart, Jimmy registered for classes, but his mind was entirely elsewhere. Instead of attending lectures, he would sit in his parked car in the college lot for hours, meticulously editing his videos and planning his next uploads. After just 2 weeks of living a lie, Jimmy made the ultimate gamble and dropped out. When he finally confessed to his mother that he was abandoning traditional education to make internet videos full-time, she was utterly furious. Viewing it as a hopeless delusion, she gave him a brutal ultimatum: get a real job or pack your bags and leave her house. Without hesitation, Jimmy chose his dream. He packed up his few belongings and walked out the door. He had no safety net, no backup plan, and no financial savings. It was a clear crossroad. He either had to become a massive success on YouTube or face absolute ruin. This extreme pressure forced him into an unyielding survival mode. By the arrival of 2017, Jimmy understood that if he wanted to break through the noise of the internet, he needed to perform an act so absurd, so physically agonizing that the world could not look away. He decided to test the absolute limits of human endurance. He turned on his camera, sat in a basic red chair, and began counting out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4. His goal was to reach 100,000. What sounds like a simple stunt was a psychological and physical nightmare. Jimmy sat in that chair for over 14 40 brutal hours without sleep, barely eating or drinking, watching day turn into night and night bleed back into morning. His joints ashed, his brain became foggy with sleep deprivation, and his throat grew so painfully raw that he could barely utter the numbers. When he finally reached the number 100,000 after nearly 2 days of continuous recording, his body collapsed in sheer exhaustion. He edited the mammoth 40-hour file down to fit YouTube's uploading limits and pushed it live. The impact was immediate and explosive. The video spread across the globe like wildfire. The millions of shocked viewers watched this display of pure willpower. The internet suddenly woke up to a chilling fact. There was a creator out there who was willing to push his body to the brink of collapse just for views. This viral masterpiece instantly transformed Jimmy into an internet sensation. His subscriber count began climbing by tens of thousands daily, and the YouTube algorithm began heavily pushing his content. The heavy doors of obscurity had been completely smashed open, and MrBeast had officially arrived. So Jimmy stumbled upon this huge offer of $1 million from a brand spanking new corporate sponsorship, which seems way too good to be true, right? And yet that's exactly what Jimmy did. Using the whole $1 million, he decided to volunteer at a local homeless shelter and share that video on his channel. Surprisingly enough, this act of kindness had an incredible impact on the internet community. This one simple act transformed Jimmy's little act of generosity into the game-changing concept everyone knows as the philanthropy loop. And just like that, Jimmy started building up a massive following and even demanding more significant budgets from other sponsors. He managed to create a perfect cycle of generosity where, although everyone could see that Jimmy was still in need, his brand became the most influential force on the internet. Of course, Jimmy didn't do it alone. He recruited some of his closest friends, Chris, Chandler, and Carl, to join him on this wild ride. This team of like-minded individuals brought their ideas and passion to life, creating a brand new limitless world of creativity. They started hosting more engaging challenges that went viral, and soon even traditional television networks were feeling the heat. So that's how Jimmy turned this viral hit into a multi-million-dollar blockbuster event using just $1 million from his new sponsorship deal. It's a fantastic story, don't you think? Today, MrBeast is no longer just a prominent YouTuber, he is a global icon and the mastermind behind a multi-billion-dollar business empire. He shook the fast food world with MrBeast Burger and launched Feastables, a premium chocolate company that aggressively disrupted legacy global confectionery brands within months of its release. Yet, what truly elevates Jimmy Donaldson above every other billionaire and celebrity on the planet is his profound, unyielding heart. He successfully launched Team Trees, mobilizing humanity to plantings of millions of trees worldwide, and followed it with Team Seas, pulling millions of pounds of toxic plastic out of our oceans. He has funded free life-altering eye surgeries for 1,000 blind individuals, restored hearing for the deaf, and constructed over 100 clean water wells across impoverished regions in Africa. Jimmy's stated life philosophy is simple yet revolutionary. He wants to completely empty his bank account and die with $0, ensuring that every single cent he earns is reinvested into healing the world. The journey of this simple kid from North Carolina proves an eternal truth. If your vision is clear, if your obsession is absolute, and if you are willing to sacrifice your comfort, your sleep, and your youth for your purpose, no barrier on earth can hold you back. True success lies not in how much wealth you amass for yourself, but in how many lives you fundamentally change for the better. Thank you for watching this incredible journey. If Jimmy's story inspired you today, please hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments below. See you in the next video. But have you ever wondered what goes on behind the scenes of a MrBeast production? To make these mind-blowing videos, Jimmy built a massive, state-of-the-art studio complex in North Carolina that spans multiple warehouses. This isn't just a workspace, it is a full-scale factory of imagination, holding hundreds of full-time employees, from top-tier engineers and set designers to advanced data analysts. Sometimes, a single set takes months to build, costing millions of dollars, only to be used for a few minutes in the final video. Jimmy's dedication to perfection is so extreme that if a video doesn't feel absolutely absolutely perfect, he completely scraps it even after spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on production. He believes that a mediocre video is a waste of time and every upload must be a masterpiece that shocks the world. This relentless standard of quality and refusal to settle for less is the ultimate secret behind his multi-billion-dollar empire. It shows that true success isn't just about having big ideas, but having the courage and discipline to execute them perfectly at any cost.